Hello everyone and welcome back to the Wolf Pack. We are once again joined by the one, the only, Bonsonator. Today we are talking all about
Crown, the Succession War.
In this game, the Emperor has died and a new crown has been born. So our decisions that we make from here on out are going to influence what happens to the crown and the formation that the crown takes as it arrives to our settlement here.
This game does play 2 to 4 players, and each character does have its own special ability. We have the board set up for 4 players today, but we are going to be taking our turns only as 2 people.
All right, so there are 3 different ways to win in this game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's the first way?
First one is if you get 15 victory points in a 4-player game, which is on this track over here. So if I reach 15, which is more likely in a realistic scenario, then of course I would win and take that one. Second way is by controlling 6 settlements. So these tiles that you see on the board are all different settlements that you can conquer later on in the game. You have 6, second way to win. And the third way is by maxing out your prowess. So if you look at our character board, you'll see that all these empty slots here have different rewards, and you'll gain them from left to right. Once your marker ends up at the last spot, then that will be the final way to trigger victory.
So this game has a lot of story to it, and it is in multiple chapters. In the prelude, it says, "Brilliant rays of light burst forth from the branches of the sacred tree, reaching up to the clouds. You see a newly formed crown slowly rising, suspended above the clouds." And then on your turn during chapter 1, you can actually choose if you're going to be lawful or chaotic by placing your cube on either section, and you gain the rewards based on which side you choose.
All right, so here's how your turn works. The first thing that you can do is travel. So to take any action in this game, any of the main actions, you're gonna take one of your action cubes and then place it into the action reserve. Now you'll notice here that I have 4 action cubes because on the turn order track, I will actually gain an additional action, and Bonds will gain additional resources like gold. So then from there, I'm going to travel 4 spaces. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, and 4. So in the map that you see here, you'll notice that there's a ton of different types of terrain. You have the plains, which don't do anything, but you have a forest. And Bonds' ability, actually, her character can actually move faster in a forest, giving her additional speed. This right here is the marsh, which actually will sap your health, take damage from you, or you have to discard cards as you move through them. And then you also have the mountains, which cost an additional movement to move through them. And lastly, you also have the lake, which is an impassable space. Now from there, once I've landed at the rock cart village, I'm going to perform a visit or a quest action. So I'm gonna go ahead and gain a quest to start that off early on by drawing 2 quest cards and then keeping 1. Now you'll notice here that there are 2 different types of quests. The black quest is a secret quest. So as soon as you fulfill this condition, then you'll be able to gain the rewards listed here. And the white quests are ones that you will complete as you complete that kind of progress. So as you meet each step, you just place a cube on it, and then once you fulfill all of them, you can complete quests as a free action. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the secret one. So that right there was a travel action, and then I did a visit on the side. Bonds,
Okay.
back to you.
I'm gonna go ahead and spend one of my action cubes to also move. Now, Ushkol the ranger can move quickly through the forest, so granting me 1 free movement whenever I go through a forest.
Nice.
The first thing I do is move 1, which grants me free movement,
Nice.
into an adjacent forest, which grants me another free movement. So that's 2. Actually, no, that's still 1.
That's the one actually.
And then 2, 3. I'm gonna end at Dale Abbey. I'm gonna go ahead and visit this location and gain the visited reward. So I'm going to place my green cube here, and the reward is 2 coin. And when I place my cube there, that means someone else can't do that in the future. And then as an option, I can exchange 2 coin into 1 crown. I'm not going to do that. I'm gonna keep all the coin.
Okay.
Do I wanna go shopping? Ooh,
So
that
that's
would
a
be
fast action,
really
right?
cool. It is a fast action, so I'm at a level 1 settlement. I could choose anything from the level 1 here. I am gonna go ahead and take the shoddy blade.
No, I wanted that one.
It's gonna cost me 3 gold, and when I am fighting an opponent, I gain +1 damage in this combat.
Yeah.
It is a weapon and equipment. It actually says that on the card. So I'm gonna go ahead and slot that on top of my board right here. And you can only have a certain amount of equipment, obviously. And the board has a really nice layout for you to place all your cards.
Okay, so then it's back to me.
It is. Don't want to mess with my shoddy blade.
Yeah, so now that Bonds is kind of armed and geared, I'm gonna switch it up a little bit and play a little more defensively. So I wanna get ready for this. And I'm going to perform an upgrade action. All you do here is take one of your action cubes and slot it into one of your stats.
Oh, you did not put it into strength.
Going straight into strength, because the more strength you have, the stronger you will be in battle. And then I'm done.
So I'm gonna go ahead and take my second action marker and place it right here under Constitution, because my goal is to try to get it up to level 4. And when I do that, I will be able to unlock traps, which is really helpful for my character.
Yeah, because you have a bunch of cards and you can only unlock them by raising your stats. So then from there, I'm gonna take another travel action, and I wanna make my way towards Pioneer Rock. So I'm gonna go 1 and lose 1 health in the marshes, dropping that to 14. And then it's gonna go 2, 3 because of the mountains. And I'm gonna be stuck there for a second, and it is back to you.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and play a card. So I'm gonna take these white cubes from the supply and put it in one of my action spaces at the top of my board. And I will be playing a card called Hook and Lock.
Okay.
It says, move 2. You can place another player within 2 hexes into your hex, and you are the attacker of this combat. So
you get to bust the get over here Scorpion Mortal Kombat style.
But I think I actually have to move first.
I mean, you can move through the forest.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1, free movement. And now I am within 2 hexes of you.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna engage in a battle with you, and I am the attacker in this combat.
You pull me into your hex. Get over here.
If you win this combat, gain 2 coin or return 1 card with 1 vitality rather than hook and lock from your discard pile into your hand.
Here's how combat works. First thing that happens is we declare who's attacker and defender. Bond's attacker, I'm defender. Then we're gonna play a card from our hand, and we're gonna play a combat card specifically because they have a sword symbol on the top left. Ready? Reveal. Ooh! Okay, so now, we're both doing damage. Okay, so we're gonna look at these cards here. Let's zoom in a little
Yeah,
closer.
look at these cards here.
Okay, so first off, we're gonna look at the top left, and that's going to tell you a little number, which is the initiative value. Whoever has the highest is the one that's gonna go first. But you combine your initiative value with how much agility you have. We both have 0 agility right now, so we're not gonna gain any additional numbers here. But since I have 4, I will go first, which means I'm gonna deal 1 damage. Now these cards do start off with basic effects first, but of course, as you unlock more cards, you'll get much more different effects. So from there, I'm gonna deal 1 damage to you.
Okay.
Take that hit. 15 to 14, your health tile is right there.
Okay.
I'm dead.
All right.
Okay.
You're gonna be dead. All right, so then.
And I would like to say, for my ability, I have something called Siphon Life. Every time I deal damage, I heal 2 damage.
Oh, what?
Warlock-esque abilities.
Okay.
Then to you.
Okay, this is pretty awesome. I have 1 damage dealt to you,
14.
but I have ambush level 1 on my character board. It says, if you move from or through the forest in this turn and are the attacker,
Yeah.
gain 1 damage in this combat. AKA, I'm dealing another additional damage to you.
And you have a dagger.
And I have a shoddy blade, not a dagger. Don't downgrade my blade here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna turn the card to rested. You gain +1 damage in this combat, so you take another damage.
I'm at 12 health now.
That was after the.
That's after
okay.
the dagger.
And I definitely won.
Yes.
So it says, if you win this combat, gain 2 coin or return 1 card with 1 vitality rather than hook and lock from your discard pile. I'm just gonna go ahead and now this one isn't in my discard pile yet. So I'm just gonna gain 2 coin because that's the only one here.
Okay.
Okay, so
And
now we can do the cleanup phase, which is resolving our rewards.
Yep.
Just because Tim lost doesn't mean that he doesn't get anything. He still gets 1
something.
prowess.
Yeah.
But
So-
I get a whole bunch of prowess. Okay? I didn't knock Tim's health down to 0, but if I would have gained an additional reward, which was 1 coin and 1 prowess, in addition to everything else. But Tim is still very much alive. I mean, the fact that you can heal is amazing. Like, that's really good for you.
Yeah, basically the more you destroy an opponent, the more you get.
You got your 1 prowess. Did you get your coin for covering up that space?
Oh, right, thank you. So I'm gonna increase that to 1.
Okay.
Take a coin.
I get 3 for winning. So I'm gonna put my first cube here, and that reward shown on the board is plus 1 coin. 2, 3, the reward shown on space number 3 is 1 crown. The last thing when it comes to combat is the winner gets to choose where to place the opponent that got defeated 1 hex adjacent to them, 1 hex of where they are now, if they were on the same hex. So I can't.
Which we are. Currently.
Yeah, which we are. This is gonna go in discard. And I can't move Tim to the lake. That's just not allowed. I don't want Tim closer to capital. So I think what I'm gonna do instead is move Tim over here. Oh, I'm gonna move Tim over here. That is it for my turn. I really like that turn.
Nice. Yeah, I would too. After getting all of that, are you kidding me? So yeah, this game rewards you a lot for winning combat, absolutely destroying your opponent. You're gonna get a lot of rewards for that. But I also want to mention, just in case defeat does happen, what happens is your character would go back to your starting camp and you would have to discard cards, but then you revive back up to 15 health, get back into the fight.
It is actually part of the strategy to sometimes lose health in order to gain other things, because just because you die in this game doesn't mean that you're out, you just reset. So I've played a couple rounds of this game before, and the other people, they didn't mind losing health. It was part of the strategy.
Okay, so back to me. For my third and final action this round, I'm actually going to take one of those white action cubes, please. Because this allows you to play, even though it fills up one of your slots, it allows you to play one of your action cards. So one of these I had prepared just for you. It's called the Blood Rose Touch. This one allows me to move 2, which I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna go ahead and move 1 and 2. So I'm gonna take 1 damage for moving through a marsh. But I also get to deal 1 damage to another player within 3 hexes. So 1 damage to Ushkal, please.
Okay.
And then in exchange, you also get one of these blood tokens.
Oh, what a nice present.
What the blood tokens do is that with my stronger cards, they're gonna deal basically more and more damage over time for my combat cards. So the more you have, the worse it is, and the more damage you take.
Is there a way to get rid of them?
You die.
Oh.
That's how you get rid of them. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and visit Pioneer Rock by placing a cube there and gaining 2 crown, and that is it for my entire turn.
There you go.
Thank you.
I think the best course of action for me is I'm gonna rest. I'm gonna use my last cube and place it in the action area here. And resting will grant me 5 health. So I'm back up to max health of 15. After I gain 5 health, then I'm gonna go ahead and gain 4 vitality. I can recycle cards. I have 2 cards that I can recycle for 2 vitality. There is a vitality symbol in the upper right-hand corner, and so that's just a total of 2. And I can reset 1 equipment card. So since I used the shoddy blade and it worked so well last time, I'm gonna reset it because Tim, you better watch out.
Yeah, and now one other thing I want to explain is with the story tiles. So with the prelude that you'll see here, every time we take a fast action, we can do one of these things on the lawful side or on the chaotic side. So for me, since I went shopping, I can actually place a cube here and align with the chaotic side. So in this case, I would choose one of these, which is to gain 5 gold. So I'll do that. And then Bonds, which one would you like?
I will do lawful. I will do +1 yellow attribute. Whoop whoop.
Nice. So we
+1 yellow attribute.
We technically will do those as those actions are placed. 5 gold, please.
You're only getting 5 gold.
That's double the amount I have now.
Look at this. I got +1 in my constitution.
Yeah, that's gonna be a lot next round. Okay, so now since I skipped my turn and Bonds has skipped her turn too, we go towards the cleanup phase, which means we're going to remove all of our visited cubes. So you'll take that cube and I'll take this one out. And then if we conquered any settlements here, we would also gain the income reward, which is listed right in the middle. In this case, for the Pioneer Rock, I would have gained 2 crown. So it's good to conquer once you build up enough income.
I see it here. We actually have some on our starting tiles.
Yeah.
Like Jungle Castle, I get 1 crown and 1 coin because that's a symbol resetting.
Yeah, so with the starting settlements, we'll gain those because we automatically have them. So then I would gain 1 gold and 2 health back.
2 health.
I recover every turn. So that right there is how a full chapter works. But now when you move on to chapter 2, there's a new preparation phase that kicks in. So the first thing that happens is the shop is gonna get updated. Since we're in chapter 2, we get to unlock the cards from chapter 2.
Large backpack. Large backpack again. Lion potion. Rawr.
That's exactly what it says in there, huh? Rar in parentheses. And then we're going to reveal a brand new story tile.
Ooh, what does it say?
This one says Carnival. So in this case, it says, when revealed, each player places a cube from their supply on lawful or chaotic, right now, in turn order. And then place 1 gold on each settlement tile. For the remainder of the game, the player that moves through these settlements with gold can gain that gold immediately.
Wow.
Full on festival here. And then step 3, we're going to take off all of our action markers from the action area. And then we're gonna gain 2 action markers from here. So now our reserve is going to increase. Okay, and then from here, we're gonna gain vitality equal to our strength. So since I'm the only one with strength here, I'll gain 1 vitality. Not trying to flex, but I totally am. From there, we get to reset our equipment. So in this case, only Bonds has the Shoddy Blade equipment, so she would be able to reset that too. But just a disclaimer here, she only took the rest action to show you what it'd be like. Optimally, she probably would have went to go visit somewhere else. Okay, so the last thing in the preparation phase is if I wanted to get these cards back, I just had to pay vitality in order to bring them back to my hand. So if I wanted another Blood Rose Touch, I would spend that, which I probably will. And then I get this card back because the vitality cost is listed on the top right corner. So this right here comes back to my hand. So in chapter 2, now we just take our turns as normal, but as you see here, you're gonna gain more action cubes every single turn. So you have more and more things to do. And then again, to reiterate, to win, you must have 15 victory points in a 4-player game, or you have 6 settlements, or you have maxed out your prowess track on your player board. Meet one of those conditions and game is over.
When the crown arrives, tiles are pulled. Tim.
With these tiles, you're gonna count up how many people have aligned with chaotic or lawful. Depending on which side wins, you're gonna draw that part of the crown. So for instance, if lawful wins, then you'll draw a lawful tile. If they're tied, you'll draw a tie tile. And then lastly, if it's chaotic, then you draw a chaotic tile. And these all have very drastic effects that affect the gameplay.
And can change the course of the end of the game. So this game is very heavy on story, but also on strategy to guide the story.
With that said, huge thank you to Binary Star for sponsoring today's preview video. Thank you all so much for watching to the very, very end. And if you made it here, go ahead and comment.
Window shopping!
If you made it here, we appreciate you all a ton. And hope you all enjoyed the video. We'll see you on the next one.
Yo, my name's Bonzanair, and I'm part of the wolf pack. I'm visiting. Oh!
We're not howling until the end of the video. Oh, have a little
Did you know part of the
stutter.
wolf pack, you can now use like 3D printing?
So today we are talking all about. I think it's cool. Oh, you know what's cool? You finished my sentence. You finished crown. That'd be cool. Let's do it again. Then what?
I don't know. I'm imagining
I don't
you're
know
gonna
either.
cut and move on to the next
Yeah.
scene.
Okay, and then we end. Okay.